This video is sponsored in part by Megan Mackey's Lucky Devil series. In a world where cyber technology and the supernatural live side by side, only one thing is certain. If you need help, and you can afford the price, you can always go to the Lucky Devil. Go to Amazon.com for your copy today. Hey kids, this is Jack. Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to my Australian-themed desert zoo. As I have said multiple times, I can't pronounce the name of it. I was given the name by the grandmother of a friend of mine. She is her name is well, I call her Granny Walpiri, and she is an Australian aborigine, and she says that when I say Djukarrnu Batjuwar Zoo, I'm pronouncing it wrong because the DJ is pronounced differently, the double R is pronounced differently, and the TJ is pronounced differently. But she also said, what you're doing is good enough, so, because nobody's really going to care. So there you go. The thing is, I find it important, if I'm speaking another person's language, I've always found it important to, at least make the attempt to say it right. So that's why I keep pointing out the fact that I'm not saying it right. Anyway, I wanted to show you something before we got started. I did, if you look at this is the rhinoceros habitat that we got finished yesterday. Let me unpause the game. And you might notice that I filled in the space over here with plants and rocks, and I put in an outer fence along this way. And I added in a couple of vegetation signs and, some general decorations, and there's benches now and all kinds of stuff like that. And I put a bathroom in here. That made people a lot of happy. I put in a little side path here with a couple of vending machines. They're selling drinks. You know what? I think I'm going to do this. Anyway, yeah, they're selling drinks there. And, that's making people happy. And, all told, I think the area is looking pretty good. In addition, you may not have noticed, but I changed up the meerkat habitat. I got rid of this big shelter because it just wasn't working for me, and I gave them this little itty bitty shelter down here, this little bitty house, and they're loving it. They're having a good time. Happy meerkats. The guests are liking it, and so it's working out pretty good. Anyway, what we are doing today is we are going to add a habitat for the Fennec foxes. It's one of the newest of the species added to the game. It was added in the last DLC. And I think you're going to like what I'm going to do with it. My plan is basically to do something quite similar to what I did with the meerkats, but of course not exactly similar. Sort of, kind of, almost similar, but you'll see what I mean in a moment. So, first up, let me get some construction in here, because we're going to start off by building them a building. Not going to be a really huge building. Okay, I just had a beep. Normally that beep tells me that my earphones just turned off, but I can still hear the game. I don't understand why I'm getting those beeps. Anyway, let me go to the Australian theme, and we will turn off all the blueprints. That of course is my 6 o'clock insulin alarm. It just hit 6 p.m. local. All right. Okay. Alrighty. And what we're going to do here now is we're going to take away the Australia theme and we're going to concrete. And I'm going to do this because what I want is basically... Okay, well, that's odd. Really? Why is that doing that? That's not right. No, that's really not right. Okay, well, you know what? We will deal with that then. Okay. Alright, so, and then I wanted to get rid of the concrete, and we will bring back the Australian theme. Okay. Now these animals do not require any sort of serious room at all. I mean, they just don't. Why is that much lower? There we go. They don't require any amount of room at all. They are tiny animals, and they can get by with a very small amount of habitat space. So this is what I want to do for them. Now let me see. Let me move this. There we go. Alright. I don't know how much space this is, and because if we look it up, if we look up Fenecs, past them. There we go. What they require is 182 square meters. That's smaller than a lot of people's living room and kitchen combined. So let's put down a barrier now, just to keep track of how much space that is. And if I have to make it bigger, I'll make it bigger. It's not a big deal, because it's not going to be that much bigger, even if I do need to make it slightly bigger. It's just not. Okay. Come on. Right about. Yeah. All right. Okay, we'll move this back to about there. Whoops, bring it back, bring it back. There we go. Oh, come on. Here we go. So I hope everybody's doing okay. I'm doing pretty good, all told. You know, I've had a couple of problems lately, but they're not, game enders. I do have I'm not going to lie, I've spoken about my health enough on this channel for you guys to know that I've got problems. I'm old and I'm sick. And one of the reasons I play this game is because it makes me feel better about myself. It's artistic, and it's something for me to do that takes my mind off of everything else. I'm not looking for pity or anything. That would just be ridiculous. But the truth is, I have some pretty serious problems, and playing these games just takes my mind off of it. If that makes any sense at all, and I hope it really does, because it makes sense to me. Let's put it. Let's put it here. Okay. We'll put an artificial door there so we know exactly where doors. Australia doesn't. The Australian theme didn't come with any new doors, so we will take it down. East Asia, New World, Zoo Tycoon. Well, you know, could always use one of the other ones. Planet Zoo animal doors. Something like that. The North African door looks good. Nah, we'll go with the old reliable. There we go. So let me find out how much space is actually in. Oh, come on. Oh, please, is this what you're going to do to me? Really? This is what you're going to do to me? Oh, I hate it when this gets fussy. There we go. Yeah, thanks guys. Okay, Habitat 14, which will be the fennec fox, 224 meters square, and how much was it that they needed? They needed 182. So this is actually, this little box is actually more than enough room. I could give them more. I might give them more, to be honest. Just to have a little overhead. So, while we're at it, there's facilities inside this place. So, yeah, no mesh in the Australian, I get it. Blueprints off, blueprints off. Do I need to put the blueprints on? Oh, I see. Are these colorable? I want to see if these are colorable. Hold on a second. And there goes my... Hold on. Okay, there went my mic again. I have no idea why my mic keeps telling me it's turning off. Yeah, that actually looks pretty good. Come on. Okay. Of course. Of course. Look at this. It's like almost but not quiting me. I hate it when it does this. Alright, well, what am I going to do here? How should I handle this? Okay, I know what I'm going to do. Yeah, I need to take the grid size down to, say, 1. Come on, man. Stop being a prick and cooperate. Excuse my language, folks, but you see what it's doing, right? I've reduced the grid size to literally that space right there, and yet it's going, no, we're not going to let you just take 1, you got to take 2, ha ha ha, because the game just does not want to cooperate sometimes. This is ridiculous. It is ridiculous. All right. One is too small, but 1 is too short, but 2 is too long. How am I supposed to handle this? All right. Oh yeah, by the way, my next door neighbor is mowing his lawn. So if you hear his lawnmower going, I apologize. My next door neighbor is a great guy. He's a very nice guy. He also is the owner of a lawn service business. So when he starts taking care of his own lawn, everybody in the neighborhood knows about it because, my lord, he brings out the heavy equipment. But like I said, he's a good guy. You know, I mean, I'm not complaining about him taking care of his lawn. He's got the right to do that. And he's very courteous about it. He doesn't, you know, it's not like he's one of those guys who, you know, it's like, it's 5 o'clock in the morning. If I'm up, everybody's up. You know, he's not one of those guys. You know, he does wait until everybody's, you know, wide awake and all that number. But unfortunately, that also means that basically on the odd occasion he does his lawn, it's during my prime recording period. So, you know, I didn't feel like waiting until 10 o'clock at night. Therefore, I've got to risk him doing his lawn. It's just a thing. You know how it is. But, you know, it could be a lot worse. I could honestly be stuck with the worst kind of neighbors, and I'm not. They are really good people. Look at the hell. And there goes my mic again. I'm just going to assume that when my mic tells me it's turning off, that that it's lying to me, unless suddenly, you know, it's not. I don't know what's going on. It bugs the crap out of me, though. It's not the power. I charged my headset up. You know, I don't know. It's just one of those odd things. So. Okay. You know what, that's close enough. I'm not even going to bother with it. I could make a fuss making it even, but I'm not going to.